Alright, so what I need to do is kind of unify my UI design that I have. And the way that I usually do that is right now we have a rule to deal with all of the UI design, right? I have UI design current guidelines, which seem kind of like they're not bad. They got me started right. Improve for memories. Okay. Where are all these files? So what I want to do is I want to see if there is a better way to unify these UI designs. So essentially, if you're creating, okay, local UI review, network feedback, custom desktop, these design on the short memory files, they persist are memory frames are not part of the code base itself. Users are nodes, preview, feedback, question, that should be lives in your code base. Okay, let me look at it. Based off of this, I want to go ahead and ask Claude Code something. Can you tell me if this is the best way to handle UI design across my application? So, anytime I make a design or UI change, we have general rules that I have, and I store them in UI files, but I'm not sure if this is the best way or if there's a better UI design guidelines or system that I can use to unify it, because there are times which I've noticed that the UI design isn't as cohesive as it should be. What do you think based off of all this? Do you think that we should go ahead and add a specific .md file or .html file, or how should this work? Let's see. I like this type UI. It's like a free plugin that helps you design. The only issue is I noticed that it's pretty strong, like in the sense that I've noticed that a lot of sites look very similar, like UI sites with the AI and stuff. So like, where do you go? Design skills. So a lot of these, they actually look very nice, like amazing actually, but they're so overpowering. So like when I make, let's say I get Doodle, right? The entire UI of the entire application will look different. I want to only pull certain things which I like, but then I would have to go into a lot of detail and it gets really confusing. I'm not really a UI guy, I'll be honest with you, but I do love a good UI design. Let me see where. Code. So the answer is keep one markdown file. Last dog guide, looking at the specific, I can point to concrete evidence. He's got two different orange hex codes floating around, and his design contradict each other. Whether orange should be used for TTS. Token system won't resolve the policy disagreement, but it will force him to make this, which is a real win here. The real issue is that the principles alone can't enforce consistency. The solution is three-level model with token. Okay. Storing rules in Markdown is the right home for principles, but it's the wrong home for values. And mixing these two is exactly why UI drifts. Used for CTS as a value. The moment it lives in prose, nothing enforces it. It gets copied around and copies disagree. You can see that this in your own files. Your master reference notes codebase has two oranges. That's the signature having no single definition. Says orange or CTA is active stage brand. While your newer guidelines says CTA buttons only, never status X, two docs. I'm pretty sure I did the tokens. There's no second orange one. Components, two things specific. First, you have to have Claude code memory files and projects. Those rips apart. Put the canonical doc in the repo. Support Claude and GitHub send Claude read the same file. Second, on MD, we're saying keep one slim MD for principal. If you want a visual code, use inject. Don't build a static. It'll also add a dev route like dev, because what I'd skip it, just say storybook style dictionary Figma token. Solo bit tokens and CSS plus command plus one some dog gets equation. If you want, I can draft the consolidated structure and theme talking about both your existing ones, some does, and also which predicate should become sharp and cold. I could do that, and then That's really good. See, like a UI, I've noticed at times where I was like, hey, add a button, and the button would deviate from what we need. Um, do I like? I feel like it's too late in my applications guide to go ahead and try to change the UI part of it. Although I do really like this a lot. This is very similar to, huh? Hmm. Let me see. I like this type UI design. Okay, so this is what Market Hustle looks like currently, and it's pretty nice, but it's not giving off like to me directly as soon as I see it. It's not giving off like Instagram, Facebook. It's really polished. It's not bad, but it doesn't scream like, you know, I mean, it does a little, but I think the UI for sure is a little lacking. So let me see if this. I do like this a lot, and it seems very similar to what we have. Let me ask Claude Code instead. Can you use, how do I install this again? Expressive free version. What does pro version even have? Okay, download. Let me design. Can you, based off this, can you create our homepage and our service listing page based off of these design guidelines for type UI? I want to just see what it looks like locally. Do not push any of the stuff into production. I just want to currently see what changes or how things would unify if we try to add in this style and this UI into our application to make it seemingly more polished. Let me see.